Let's cheer on, Toronto. Here we go, Olivia. Good try. Almost. Oh, a little too far. No pressure. Closer. This one's going to be a charm. Here we go. Let's make some noise. One more. You got it. Just missed. Good try. All right, let's hear it from Jason from Buffalo. Here we go, Jason.
Great news, tennis fans. Our players are on their way to Stadium Court. This first round match from Romania, Simona Halep
Welcome back to the stadium court here at York University campus here in Toronto. And this is a big occasion here, the return to action. Listen to this, of the Wimbledon champion, the defending Rogers Cup champion, Simona Halep, to the match court. What a time it's been for her in her life. This past month, she resumes her playing career here against the qualifier Jennifer Brady, and as always, lots of Romanian support wherever you go in the world on the WTA. If there's a Romanian player playing, as we say, there's lots of support for her, and that's no different here today in Toronto. It's just great to have the not just the defending Rogers Cup champion, but the Wimbledon champion, the 4th seed here in action, playing her first match since winning the title at the All England Club. That stunning victory over Serena Williams.
Simona, she's going to do the coin toss today. So we play with usual condition. On this court we have OK, TV changeover, net machine, shot clock, one on that corner, one on this corner. You have any questions? So WTA is going to be head. This one head, this one tails.
Tails.
Just drop it on the floor. That's heads.
Receive.
Receive?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Good match. Can you stay for the picture that side, please?
Photo with Jennifer Brady and with the new Wimbledon champion here. This lucky lady. And it's just the atmosphere. Everything here is gone up a couple of notches, of course, when you have Halep, one of the leading lights on the WTA, one of the true stars in the world of sport right now, in action here. First match of the week for her, for the defending Rogers Cup champion. Seeded 4 this year to take on the qualifier. 3 wins already here in Toronto. This might not be too easy for Halep. Return to action against Jennifer Brady, the world number 76 from the United States of America. This is this section of the draw. Of course, second rounds are the order of the day here on Wednesday in Toronto. You can see in this section it's Vekic or Kuznetsova next up for the winner of this. They play a lot later on the grandstand. Also in this section, Maria Buzkova, a winner last night over the former US Open champion Sloane Stephens. That was Buzkova's first top 10 match win of her career, and the Czech qualifier to play Ostapenko or Pavlyuchenkova, who are in action a little bit later on again on the grandstand. Lots to focus on around the courts, but of course this is our focus here. The Wimbledon champion up against this qualifier, Claire Curran from the United States. Jennifer Brady has been a top 60 player. It's been getting it together here. I mean, you look at the wins she's got so far in Toronto. Peng Shuai, Monica Puig, and Kiki Mladenovic in the first round of the main draw here. It's good stuff.
Well, it is, and you'll see when she starts to play just exactly why that is on these hard courts especially. She's got a really heavy hitting forehand, works it with quite a lot of spin, but the serve, she's got this capacity to hit through the serve but also kick. And on the hard courts, if you can kick an opponent off the court, then you can open up the court with that big forehand that she possesses.
Yes, Brady really breaking through. First time really 2017, broke the world's top 100, then struggled to back it up in the following year. Only won 4 WTA level matches in 2018. A little bit better, of course, this season, getting the ranking back up. She's 62 on the Porsche race to Shenzhen at the moment, the American. Listen to the reception, the atmosphere here, greeting Halep as she was introduced by the master of ceremony here. Claire, I mean, you're around the club and everything, the All England Club. I mean, that was one of the stories of recent times. She wins the title, second major, of course, after winning Roland Garros, but the joy at becoming a member of the All England Club was maybe the thing I took away from that, watching that most of all, even more than beating Serena Williams in that match.
Well, it was lovely, and I'm a little bit surprised that when she walked onto the court, she's taken off her member's badge, because it was lovely afterwards. Whenever she was in her first press conference, the member's badge was on her, and then whenever she went back to Romania, she had on her lovely white tracksuit and that badge, and of course it means a lot to her. She's so aware of the history of this game, and just the fact that she won that Wimbledon title, as we were talking about earlier on. The perception has always been for Simona Halep that it was all about winning the French Open, and of course she won there as a junior, so to go back and win it, but it was really Wimbledon all along, and she kept that one a little bit quiet, didn't she? But the performance that she put in against Serena Williams was probably one of the best performances of her life. And if she can reproduce, if any player kind of reproduces that type of form, they'd be fairly happy with that. But you can see from listening to the crowd and the appreciation that the fans have for Simona Halep, because over the last couple of years she's just been so endearing, because she's so honest and she's open, and I think that has taken her an awfully long way over the last couple of seasons.
Well, people appreciate it, don't they? In life they appreciate honesty, and I think it goes the way with the stars that you follow. They're more, if they're more open, then you engage with them more. I mean, it's only natural. Conditions here are good as well. It's going to be interesting. A little bit of a breeze around. It can swirl around this stadium court as well a bit, so that's something for the players to think about, but too strong at the moment. It's a first meeting between the two. You've already touched on some of Brady's strengths. I guess it's going to be a case of a lot of those heavy first serves in play for you, and using the forehand to really try and trouble Halep here.
Well, she's got to trouble her. She's not going to be able to extend rallies with Simona Halep and feel that she can just live with her in terms of back and forth rallies. She's got to step up and step into the court and try to take this game to her.
Another former Wimbledon champion there, Stephen Huss, winner of the men's doubles in 2005 with Wes Moody, and working with Jennifer Brady right now.
That was one of the most impressive doubles performances that I think I can ever remember. Stephen Huss, Wes Moody, they qualified at Wimbledon that year. I think it was back in 2005. I was playing in the championships that year. They qualified through at Roehampton, and then whenever they were at the championships, I think
they beat like 4 seeded pairings or something. It was incredible.
It was incredible. It was just one of those stories. And Stephen Huss, he's such a nice guy, and he's done an excellent job. I was having a word with him actually a couple of weeks before Wimbledon at Surbiton, and he was talking about working with Jennifer Brady and how she works exceptionally hard, and she has got this big game to work with. Lovely girl on the court, off the court, and she's got weapons.
And Halep, of course, working with Daniel Dobre, but for a long time with Darren Cahill. She was at pains to thank Darren as well after winning Wimbledon for the role he's played, even if he wasn't her coach ultimately when she managed to win that second major. Well, the atmosphere's been good all week so far, but it's just gone up a notch or two here on the stadium, because we've got the defending champion here at the Rogers Cup. We've got the Wimbledon champion, Simona Halep, against the qualifier here from the United States, Jennifer Brady, 76 in the world. Has been asked to begin this second round match with the 4th seed. Guy McCree alongside Claire Curran. Discussed it in the warm-up, didn't we, Claire, what Brady's got to do? And the first point there, serve was delivered. Well,
it is, and on these courts, that bounce, it really does work off the court here.
Oh. Easily across to that, just took it in a stride. It's going to be so fascinating to see how Halep returns to action after winning that Wimbledon title. All that she's experienced at home. Of course, she's had a match here. That's the good thing. She's had a doubles. They lost that doubles, but played with the young Canadian Leylah Fernandez, lost in a match tiebreak. I think that, Claire, that massively helps her coming back into this singles, even if she's lost it, just time back, a match back.
Well, it does, and what an experience that must have been for the young 16-year-old Canadian to step on the court with the Wimbledon champion and former world #1.
Trying to find a way through that consistency of Halep. We've already
It's going to be important that she stays aggressive, but doesn't feel like she needs to overhit as well. Having qualified here, she spent enough time on the court, so she's a threat for Halep today.
Already 4¼ hours on the match court through the qualifying.
And it's such an athletic service action that she has. Uses her legs to get up for the ball, and that creates more racket head speed, and she's able to create more speed then on the ball with that kicker. But she's reminiscent of Andy Roddick in terms of her game style. Big serve, big forehand, lots of spin. And like Andy Roddick, probably the backhand is the shot that...
where Halep will look to go.
Well, she will look to go there, and it's not a shot that she creates a lot of winners off, but she can be difficult because she's got that variety with the slice and changing up the rhythm.
Early breakpoint chance here for the defending champion.
Juice.
Brady does well there to respond to being a breakpoint down. A really interesting background. I love watching all these Americans at the moment because there's so many of them. But Brady's someone, I mean, always interested to get your views, Claire, on this, you know, college route with Brady. You go back, I mean, there's been a lot since then with Brady. I mean, she attended, what was it, California? University in California?
Oh, I didn't know
UCLA,
that, actually.
Played for the Bruins.
For 4 years?
Don't think the whole time.
Yeah, I have known Brady since she was in the juniors.
I think she did sophomore year and then not sure after that. Turned pro after that, actually, which some players do. And they just decide, you know,
Well,
at that point.
she was a very good junior, like so many of them. And I remember coming across her in an event called the Maureen Connolly, which is a match that the USA play against Great Britain. I was captaining the Great Britain team. And we played that out in New Haven back in 2012. But of course, just the development for a player emotionally, sometimes you're not ready to go out there on the tour, and that American college system, which is so competitive, it just provides you with the opportunity to continue to develop your game and emotionally develop at the same time. And here we go, she's got opportunities here.
Settled into it. Halep here in this first service game, spraying the ball around. It's just different routes that are taken, even when you go the college route, whether you finish, whether you, I'm sure she's got designs on going back. At some point finishing it off, maybe. Got the option to do that, perhaps. She started well here, Brady. Saving that break point, and now breaking Halep.
Well, that will feel good. Yeah, she did attend the University of California at Los Angeles under head coach Stella Sampras. Of course, she has a brother that could play a bit of tennis. But Stella has been there for a long time. Back a long time ago, I was at UC Berkeley. I used to play against her an awfully many times. Lovely lady. And a very good tennis program as well.
Love 15.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Halep so quick, but Brady kept coming again and again at her.
And it's difficult for Halep to get the ball away from the forehand of Brady. And when she serves, she stays on that baseline. She's quick to get around the backhand, look for the forehand. Very comfortable so far.
$30-15.
Quick to get onto that second serve. Halep shortens the swing, goes inside out into the backhand of Brady. Brady just not able to get enough depth on that serve.
Smooth for doing it there, Brady. And it's very steady. Break that point here. Very good. Love the confidence oozing through Brady in these early stages.
Well, she hits that forehand with enough spin that it provides safety on the shot. She can be really aggressive with her shot production. Spin keeps the ball into play, but very focused in her game plan.
Yeah, there's respect there for Halep, but there's not too much of it where it affects her performance. She's just taking her on.
Unlucky.
Second chance in this game to break straight back for Halep.
It's just too good. Just by serving into the tee on that ad court, it's difficult then for Halep to play the return into the backhand. It's a bit riskier. She has to hit it later. It gives Brady the opportunity to hit a forehand off that next shot.
Advantage, right.
Three aces now for Brady already. Again, Halep can't take break points. It's the qualifier, Brady, 3-love up on the defending Rogers Cup champion here. First set.
It's time for the A.M.J. Campbell move the match. We have selected two lucky fans that are being moved to a new home for today's match. First up, A.M.J.
Small change you might do things, only do things all the town. Or many things win towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go good places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you go. The places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, are all free.
Going places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at AMJMove or AMJCampbell.com.
Time.
Well, Simona Halep might be the new Wimbledon champion, might be the defending Rogers Cup champion, but the evidence of these first 10 minutes or so here, you wouldn't know it the way Jennifer Brady started.
Well, for Brady, she's got absolutely nothing to lose. This is such a good opportunity for her playing against Halep, but foot speed there, really impressive. Just keeping the pressure on that second serve of Halep.
Serving from Halep to get her first game. Mine goes back actually to talking a lot about the Wimbledon triumph, but last year's Rogers Cup final in Montreal, perhaps the best individual WTA match of the year. I know our commentary colleague Naomi Cavaday believes that. You know, it's right up there. A lot of people suggesting that win over Sloane Stephens, that three-setter for Halep, was the best individual match of the year on tour. And she's generally enjoyed herself at this tournament, Halep. I mean, she's got a very good record, whether it's Montreal or here in Toronto.
She certainly does. I wonder whether she would view that match as, from her own individual performance, a better performance than the Wimbledon final. I think the difference probably was the level that Sloane Stephens brought to the court that day as well. I don't think Sloane could have played any better herself.
But to neutralise Serena Williams like she did at the Wimbledon final, I mean, it's an interesting point.
Different.
On that stage.
Very, very different scenario and opposition game plan. She started to find the backhand here of Brady, using more height on the ball. Simona Halep just giving herself the opportunity to find more time and push her opponent off the baseline. You can see just from that angle that we got there from the camera, like the amount of kick and movement on that serve.
And directing a lot of traffic into that Brady backhand, and it's not holding up as well as it did.
The backhand cross court was excellent, and she's hitting that width shot very, very nicely, but just not able to get her feet in the right position to change direction down the line. Halep, 3 break points. He's had break points in both of Brady's service games prior to this. Not broken through yet. Wow, another break point comes and goes. 5 now for Halep in this set. None taken. Full stretch return of serve there. Able to control her racket head with great hands, deliver that return of serve onto the baseline. Yeah, really good work from Halep. 3rd break back point. Finally, she takes one as Brady goes long. Huge cheer as the Romanian is back on serve here, first set.
Everybody else, visit smilestylist.ca for your chance to win a grand prize. Keep smiling, Toronto.
Time.
Simona Halep off to a difficult start here on her return to the match court after winning Wimbledon. Now back on serve here in this first set, the defending Rogers Cup champion. 2-3 first set.
Love 15.
Just too much on that. Forehand was heavy.
Very, very heavy, and you can sense that Simona Halep's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but with that, she's causing a few unforced errors. just rushed it.
Love 14.
Three winners, that's a 9th unforced error. Brady with 10, but 7 winners. More break points.
15-14.
Inside the line, Brady's challenging. Looked to be good from Halep.
First dance. 30-14.
Oh, yeah, correction. Now Halep would challenge, of course, Pierre Bucky in the chair, because that's going to go down as another break if the umpire's got it right. And he hasn't. Got to be a boost, isn't it, when you get that sort of support in a tight game?
She's playing it. It's like a Fed Cup environment here. And this is what happens all over the world when Halep plays.
Wherever it is. That's allowed helped her along the way to pull through another tough service game. 2 break points saved there by Halep to level up here first set. That was actually one of the disappointments of the year for Halep. Had prioritised making a run through, trying to win Fed Cup. Actually commentated that weekend, the match with France, which went all the way, as they always seem to do now. They're so competitive, though, all those ties. And yeah, I think it took a little while for her to get over that, because she'd been clear about it, how important it was. Of course, she's got to wait to next year now, and next year it's a bit different because the whole format is a little bit changed from next April with the week-long plan for the Fed Cup finals.
And I'm not 100% sure that she has agreed to playing in that, but certainly the Olympics is a very big priority for her. But I agree completely, Guy. Not just this year, the Fed Cup. It's been a build-up of the last couple of years for that Romanian team to get themselves
I think
out
she
of.
really identified this year, because they've been winning the ties, to really target it.
But she's been playing in it for the last couple of years to get them into the world group. She's had to go right through for you know, a couple of levels, and it was very, very important for her.
And it was to try and win the trophy, but obviously they came up just short, and literally just short. I mean, that could have gone either way with the French. It's the French going to Australia for the November final, the last final under the existing setup, before it changes from next year.
Well, both ties came down to the doubles.
That's a typical Brady point.
15-13.
Yeah, perfect play, using that wide serve, getting herself onto the forehand, but quickly she has to get up the court so Halep doesn't get back into the court to retrieve the next ball. Getting good pressure with that backhand from Brady. She's not afraid to just put a little bit more on the ball. It's the width that's causing Halep the problems.
Fourth ace for Brady. Stephen Huss will be pleased with the effort here. Really hanging with the Wimbledon champion in this first set. 4-3 up now.
Time.
Simona Halep here serving 3-4 down. Has been a breakdown to Jennifer Brady. So we've got that back, and at the moment looking to restore parity again here. Tough first set this has turned into. Just not allowing Halep to settle too often here, Brady, with her game style, which is what suggested Claire she needed to do, and so far on the whole she's done a very good job of doing that.
Well, she's been very, very smart in terms of that controlled aggression, and she's played high with margins, but she's still looking to step up the court. And look at the position that Halep is in there, way behind that baseline. And that's difficult when you're playing somebody who can create so much spin and use the width of the court as Brady can.
Oh, it's a shame for the American. Big chance there.
Could have been costly, and if there's any criticism there just from Brady, that didn't get the feet right on that finishing shot. And if she could have taken a couple more steps around the ball, she would have been able to either hit inside out or inside in with that forehand. This time it's Halep who's creating the width. Backhand down the line for Brady. Not her favourite shot to have to execute, but Halep forcing her into it there. I just wonder a couple of times, could Brady take the second hand off the racket and just direct it down the line with the slice? Let's change the pace up, keep the ball low. Difficult for Halep to then keep the next shot away from her forehand.
Second double. point from Halep, and she does level up again here. Opening set at 4-all.
You look how quickly Halep moves up to this backhand. She's got lots of time, but she makes no mistakes. She takes the ball on the rise, and her opponent cannot recover. And she's just got so many options then for that finishing shot.
Series of punishing forehands. She's got all this strength in women's side of things in American tennis right now. Is it, Claire, 13 players, not just in the top 100, top 76 we make it on the current WTA rankings, and the 13th player is Jennifer Brady.
Yeah, we're looking at the number 13th American player, and she's taking on the world number 1. Just check out the score. There's such depth in the American game, and I might come back to the point.
Former world number 1, of course.
Former world number 1, sorry,
yeah.
yes. But I might come back to the point on the youngsters that are coming through, because when you look at the Americans that are under the age of 18, Amanda Anamasova, 17 years of age. Catherine McNally,
17 years of age, did so well in Washington last week.
Anamasova is a semi-finalist already at a Grand Slam. You've got Corey Goff at 15.
We all know about her.
Yeah, if you don't know about her,
where have you been?
You've been sleeping through the summertime. Now, just that team alone, I'm wondering whether they could
win a Fed Cup.
Win a Fed Cup.
Yeah. Forget all the others that Kathy Rinaldi could call upon.
Sorry, Whitney.
Segway as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4. It is incredible, and Kathy Rinaldi has got a very, very nice job as the Fed Cup captain, but also she does put an awful lot of effort into it, and she's been as a national coach at the USTA. She has travelled with these players from the very, very beginning. She's gone on that entire journey with them, and just even the last few weeks ago over at Wimbledon, she was at Wimbledon qualifying, she was at junior events. She spends a lot of time on the road.
Halep miscues the overhead there. Brady holds to love, and she's first to 5 here. Back end of this opening set, the American. One of many talented Americans out there. 5-4 to the good.
It's time for our Toronto Star giveaway. We found one lucky man who's taking home the Toronto Star prize pack. There's our lucky man. Congratulations. And thank you, Toronto Star.
That's very smart from Jennifer Brady, and encouraging that she's able to out-hit in a long rally Simona Halep.
And the pressure on the Romanian here.
Moving so well, Brady, and Halep has asked for the trainer to come onto court just for that Achilles, and just looking at the strapping there, looks like it's come right off. No support there. Also uncomfortable.
Wow. Did not expect this. Brady, 3 set points. Nice touch there from Halep to save the first of them.
Risky second serve from Halep. Just saw that Brady staying far behind that baseline, looking to run around her backhand, hit a forehand, change direction there with the serve.
But Brady takes advantage of the second set point, and it's the qualifier who takes the first set here in Toronto off the defending Rogers Cup champion, the current Wimbledon champion. Simona Halep's in trouble here. A set down to Jennifer Brady.
It's only changeover, okay? Time.
Second set. Jennifer Brady to serve.
So Jennifer Brady, 3 wins already. With all due respect to those players, Simona Halep is a different level, but she's a set up on the defending champion here. Struggled to get up to that one as she would have liked, but in the main, Claire, I think she's played very well. And the thing is, she broke early, got broken back, didn't really let it affect her. I think mentally, as much as anything, she's been very strong here.
Well, she has, and she's using the conditions to her advantage, and coming in, obviously, to this match, having those 3 wins under her belt, full of confidence, playing against Halep, nothing to lose. This is the time for her actually to get that match against her, but using her serve, as we spoke about at the start of the match, Stephen Huss will be very, very pleased with the way that she's used the serve and forehand, and she's got that blend of being aggressive yet consistent. Absolutely right. You've got to expect that Halep will come back here and through the course of this set now become really, really stingy in unforced error count, looking as well to play with a little bit more depth, more height on the ball, and work our way back into this match.
3 immediate break points here. Start of the second. That's confidently first of them saved.
That's that kick that we talked about first serve kick, and she's just able to put Halep way outside the court, the baseline. And again, not just deep, but Halep's forced wide as well. Opens up the whole court here. Looks easy, but it's been played thousands and thousands of times over in the practice court.
She can't save the third, and Halep breaks Brady to begin this second set.
Well, it was impressive first set from Brady. Aggressive on the serves, was able to produce those free points with all of those aces, but overall her game from the baseline just stood up to Halep's, and hitting double the amount of winners to the Romanian. You'd expect that stat from Brady, but it's the fact she's been able to keep that unforced error count relatively low. And it's not easy to achieve that whenever you're playing against a defender like Halep. You're an aggressive player, and Halep forces you to have to play that extra ball. It's very, very easy just to go for too much.
Easily backs up that early break. Fighting back in this second set.
I think these today, what we're seeing in terms of players challenging, we saw it earlier on with Pliskova not having much success, but I think give a big deal of credit to the line judges and umpires for getting it right.
Yeah, doing a good job so far this week. Getting a lot of calls right, as you say. The players getting them wrong, the reviews.
Yeah, Always good to give credit when it's due. This has been a good game from Brady, and the quicker that she can win these service games without getting into any long rallies with Halep, the less rhythm Halep has. That's frustrating for her.
She wants to check the mark first. Yeah. That's why she wants to just wait to check. Good challenge from the Romanian. Doesn't come to much in the end though. Brady on the board, second set. Halep ahead by this early break in set number 2.
First of all, you're playing some superb tennis out here, huh?
Yeah, except when she changes line to my backhand.
With her forehand?
Yeah, like I'm hitting everything. I'm so late.
Okay, so what do you got to do to problem solve it? Where's your target?
Going back line.
Okay. If she pushes you, you want to do what's logical and go cross.
Yeah.
So that was one of 2 things I wanted to tell you. Just your backhand line decisions. If you're not in a good position, there's no reason to go line. Just go cross or try and impact cross so then she can't attack so much. Okay? That's the only thing really. And then just remember when you push back to use the bounce. Because the bounce is in your favour.
Yeah.
If you keep going boom, 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 I think it's more in her favour. But you're playing awesome. You're playing the right way. And you look like you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Pumped.
All right, thanks.
Let's go. Keep fired up, right? Fired up.
Simona Halep here. Still down a set, but ahead by an early break in this second. Really good defence there, keeping the ball in play from Brady.
She's really starting to frustrate Simona Halep, and you could see just in that last game, Halep just taking a look back at her coach, and she started to get irritated out here. It's not going her way. And Brady has done an excellent job, as she did in the first set, whenever Halep broke back, of staying with the Romanian, not letting her run away with the set.
Not the sort of errors you expect from Halep. And a lot of that is down to how Brady's playing here, not giving away a lot, carrying that threat as well. Break back points. Yeah, break back to love, and to be honest, you saw it coming through that game. Brady's playing a great match out here, and she had Stephen Huss on. He'll be delighted about what's gone on there, because we saw some of her responding to basically 1 or 2 points that he made. He didn't have to say much more. She's playing so well.
No, he did. He didn't have to say a lot. And really, what I really liked about how Stephen Huss was communicating with Brady was the fact that he was getting her to give him the answers, and he wasn't the one going out there and saying, this is what you need to do, you need to go cross court in that backhand. He asked her, what do you think she needs to do? And for me, that's really, really smart coaching. And
but it's also good use of the on-court coaching as well, because I mean the thing is, you know, the common, we have on-court coaching on the WTA, we obviously do, it's there, but I suppose the other, there's always different, you know, views in life on everything. Critics of it say when you get to the majors, get to the Grand Slams, you don't have it. Players are not used to thinking things for themselves, but actually he's used it in a really positive way, because he's getting his player to solve her own problems.
Well, yeah, and that's good coaching, isn't it? And really, these players, they know the answers, but they just have to be in the right mindset and have clarity to be able to give the answer. And he did a really good job there. And more than anything, at the end of it, I really did appreciate the fact that Brady said thank you.
Sure.
Well worked. And that's exactly what he was asking from her, that when she's pushed back, he said play with bounce. So play heavy back into the court, don't go flat. And that gives her the opportunity, therefore, to get that short ball, which she then flattens out.
Well, it's again, as you've been saying, Claire, it's using the conditions, which is what she's done so well. You know, this is a North American hard court at the end of the day. Lively balls. This is not, for example, on a clay court in April in Europe, where it would be very different in Halep's favour. Here, Brady's using those conditions to her advantage.
She is, and obviously well used to them. Growing up playing on the American hard courts. This is so far a quick game from Brady.
Routine. From a breakdown, Brady now by setting 3-2 over Halep here. The Romanian's got some thinking to do.
It's time for our linked ace-tracker game. We've randomly selected a fan. I'm sitting here with Charmaine from Vancouver. Congratulations, Charmaine. Here's how the game works. You have to answer who had the most aces out here last night on Stadium Court in the match between Bianca and Jeannie. So you have to tell me which of those two players had the most aces. Bianca is your answer, and you are correct. Congratulations. Bianca had 3 and Jeannie had 2. So you win this linked chocolate gift card. Congratulations, Charmaine. You can use that at any linked chocolate shop across Canada, even out here in Vancouver. But everybody else, you're a winner too. Teams are Rogers Cup ticket to any linked chocolate shop before August 31st, and you'll get a free 150-gram Swiss chocolate bar with a $20 minimum purchase. Everybody's a winner, but especially you, Charmaine. Congratulations. You're a winner with the linked ace-tracker game. Time.
Simona Halep here. And just find a bit of a response here to what Jennifer Brady's bringing to the match court here in this first hour.
Well, she's got to find a little bit more intensity here. She knows at this stage in the match that Brady level has been consistent throughout. And Halep's just going to make a little switch up a gear if she can. There's no reason to think, based on what we've seen so far, that Jennifer Brady's level will drop. Halep's got to raise hers.
She's done it there in that game. That's probably her best service game of the match so far.
Just too good. 171 kilometers. That serves straight into the forehand of Halep. Just an opportunity in that rally Brady didn't take to step up and just be slightly more aggressive. Gave Halep an opportunity to get back into the point. That's Halep at her best there, responding. Just pushed out wide here in this backhand. She plays it with a higher tempo. So quick around the backhand onto that forehand. Threads it down the line.
That as well. Tape on the way through, but Brady would have got there anyway.
Super timing on this backhand. Flattens it as well. The difficult shot, the way that her left leg comes through. Just gets the pace through the line of the ball.
And Brady breaks down. It's Halep back a break in front here, second set, 4-3. The break for a second time. In this second set, Simona Halep. Jennifer Brady's broken back once already. Can she do it again here? The Romanian 4-3. Anything, I mean, looking back on that last game where Halep broke, anything Brady did wrong there, or was that just Halep stepping it up?
I think what helped for Halep was that she held serve so easily before.
That's a great effort from Brady up to it, but she gets nothing for it.
What an athletic slide up to that drop shot. Had to use the full dimensions of the court here, Simona Halep. And she steps into the court after that drop shot. Still work to do. But I know I keep saying it, but the importance whenever you're serving of trying to hold that serve as quick as possible, it just puts the pressure straight back.
You're a big believer in that.
Massive. I think it's something that it's all about building momentum, and when you have it, holding on to it. And a player like Simona Halep, the very, very best players in the world, they do that so well. And it's often the difference between winning and losing matches. It can just happen over the course of 3 or 4 points. You let it slip, and suddenly your opponent is right back into it. It's like anything else, it's a muscle that you've got to train. Having that focus to be able to keep your foot on the accelerator. There's a game there for Simona Halep that she's had 2 free points just off return of serves, and that's whenever Jennifer Brady's just got to make her play there, earn that game the hard way. Pressure straight back on the American now.
So looking to stay in the second set for Halep.
Just that return there illustrates the point. 5-3 up. She's just broke it. She's just held serve. She's got a little bit of a cushion, but look how determined she is to get that racket on that ball back in play.
Even there, making Brady play another forehand to win the point. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice finish from Brady. Just that position again. Gets her feet around the ball and gives herself space to execute down the line. And this shot, Halep didn't quite get her feet into the right position. And that's the frustration. Brady doing all the right things in this game.
Brady forces Halep then to try and serve out the second set and take it the distance. 5-4 now in the second here to the Romanian. It's a good spot to get a good photo from. It's a lovely arena, this one, this stadium court. Simona Halep, multiple former champion at this event. Serving here to try and level up this second round match with Jennifer Brady, the qualifier. Serving for this second set, but losing the first point there. There's the intensity, the conviction gone here. Pressing there, just lost her patience.
Just the difference for Brady in making that return of serve, getting herself into these rallies, because once she's in the rally, she looks like she's the favourite.
No, what a strange game from Halep there, trying to serve out the second set, which she's broken back to love.
Just lost the focus. You've got to give a lot of credit to this woman in your picture. The way that she held serve at 3-5.
And now again, the point you've been making for Brady comes back into focus here now. Try and hold to love.
Well,
hold quickly
in that game that she held serve, Halep made every single return. And Brady was focused on the third ball. Held serve, put the pressure straight back on Halep.
Quality return there. It's the second time in this second set that Halep's not been able to hold on to the break. And of course there, she was serving to force the final set, couldn't do it. Not the sort of fallibility we associate with the defending champion. Good sound off the strings there.
Just the snap as she goes up to make contact for the ball. Executing her fifth ace. Nice acknowledgement from Brady there. A backhand down the line from Halep. You couldn't hit that any sweeter. Brady trying to play deep with height on the ball. Good timing. Nice precision play from Simona Halep.
This is heavy serving. 182. K's now 178.
Such a natural rhythm that she has on that serve, a natural service action. Looks like she could take on a basketball court and look pretty good shooting a few hoops. That's it. Halep raising her intensity. We saw her do this at the start of the second set. And she has to, because the quality Jennifer Brady's brought to the court today is forcing Halep to have to go up with the levels if she's going to get through this match. So much depth in this game now.
Break point. Yeah, Halep breaks again. Third time in this second set that she's ahead by the break, and again she'll have the chance to serve out for a final set. 6-5.
Time.
Serving for this second set for a second time, the defending champion, Simona Halep, 6-5. See the idea. Was it the right one?
It was the right one to play, but she was in the right position. Difficult shot to execute. She saw that Brady was way behind the baseline, and credit to Brady there for her defensive skills. Well played.
It's the way she hits her forehand there as well. It naturally, with the brush, you can bring that ball up and down. She looks to have done. Halep's challenging it. It's called good. Close. Another error there. Complete control of that one. Just enough. Oh, how about that?
What a shot from Simona Halep. So much racket speed. And executing that forehand in full stretch.
I mean, the shot from Brady was excellent. It's just the pass was far, far better. Set point.
Never looked convincing.
Funny return there, because Brady didn't really come through a return, and Halep didn't do much either.
Well, Halep's changed tactically a little bit in the second set here. She's trying to go into the Brady forehand, but trying to go aggressive into it.
Oh. Brilliant tennis, and it's Brady on top of it there.
Well, sensational from Brady there. This full stretch again. Her defensive, her athletic ability has been on full pelt in this match, but just dipping that last ball down to the feet, loving the target. She has another opportunity here.
Remember, Halep had a set point. Now Brady with a break-back point.
And that's the play Halep's been trying to implement. Very, very difficult. And she gets the chance with that backhand going down the line quickly on the Brady forehand. You've got to be so accurate, precise, because if she takes a little bit of pace off the ball, Brady will really punish her. There's fine lines in this game.
Wearing her down there. Really having to exert herself here, Halep.
And it's Brady who's having to cover so much of the court just to stay in these points. I just wonder whether physically that will hurt.
Second set point. A bit fatigued there in the end, Brady perhaps, and Simona Halep hits back in this second round match. The defending champion wins the second set, 7-5. So Simona Halep, having just levelled at 1 set all with Jennifer Brady, getting a medical timeout. We actually thought, Claire, that the trainer, primary healthcare provider, would be on before now, but for whatever reason it's taking place now. Does it appear to be here the problem for Halep, you think?
Well, she's always had these Achilles problems, and she did say just early on in that first set, just asked the trainer, and she had nothing urgent, but just the Achilles, she wanted them to look at the Achilles, and you just see there just a little bit of extra massage. Must feel tight. And of course, Halep talks so much in her matches about feeling strong and fast in the legs, and how that's really what she's trying to find in any match. When she feels they're strong, she feels good.
Stephen Huss again here. Meanwhile,
it's only 1 point, yeah, exactly. Hey, and with what? Timer? No, it shouldn't be. It is. You just lost a little bit of impact on your backhand, and that might have been my fault for saying, hey, you got to play with a bit more shape, play a bit heavier. Remember, I only mean when you're in a bad position. If you're in a good position, which is a second serve return, which is a, you know, that's, you just keep driving and do what you do. You know what I mean? It's just when you're in a bad position or she pushes you back. Other than that, boom, you go bang, all right? And you have to play line sometimes, but you do it when you're in good position, not when you're in poor position. Okay, but yeah, absolutely. Overall, a little bit more impact on the backhand, and then fine forehands as much as you can. It got to the point where she started controlling more points because you were hitting too many backhands, you know what I mean? And that comes back to, you know, I asked you for a bit of extra shape and you lost a little impact. All right, so yeah, you just figure out when can I impact it and when do I need to play with shape. Yeah. Most of the time it's an impact ball, right? It's a drive, okay? But that's you're the player, you know, you'll feel that out, okay? And then the last thing, remember, we talked about, it's not going to be easy to beat one of the best players in the world. It's not going to be easy. But today's your day, stick with it, okay? Good?
Yeah.
All right,
Nice.
come on.
Stephen Huss there on again while the medical timeout for Simona Halep's been taking place. Of course, the WTA sports medicine staff dealing with all of that. Do such a wonderful job, don't they, with the players?
Well,
work very hard and have that special relationship with the players all through all the different ailments that they have to handle.
Well, they do, and they're relentless in terms of their work schedule. They work so hard. They're at tournaments before the tournaments. They're the last people to pack up, and they've got so much equipment. And the players really trust them. And it's always the physio room. It's actually where you get the most out of us players in terms of just personalities, and you feel more relaxed as a player in that physio room. There's a lot of trust between the medical staff and the players on the tour. I'm sure if they wanted to, they could write a really interesting book.
Trying to step it up here to begin this final set. Jennifer Brady was pegged back to one set apiece. Stephen Huss, we focused a lot on the medical timeout for Simona Halep, but Stephen Huss had some things to say as well while that medical timeout was going on.
Well, he did, and it's interesting that he actually criticised himself, and he's not afraid to do that. So maybe from a tactical perspective, he just asked her to play with a little bit more shape, but she has to remember it's only when she's in a defensive situation, and that's what happened towards the end of that second set. She went into that default mode of hers where she's defending, and she's a great athlete. She can defend.
But that's not where she wants to be to win this match against Simona Halep.
No, and it's going to take courage for her to be able to, through the course of this third set, believe in herself that she can implement that aggressive type of tactic. And also, Simona Halep, one of the best players in the world, as he says, it's not going to be easy to break her down.
Oh, it's so good. That's the defending champion in full flow.
Well, she had to cover a lot of ground here just to make this volley, this passing shot in the backhand. She's so far behind the baseline there, and there's underspin on it. But look at the hand control in the redirection. She had to get into a pretty funky position with her feet. just to be able to control that racket head.
Yeah, playing this more and more on her terms. Halep breaks Brady to love to begin the decider. Now, in addition to all her abilities and everything else, all the titles she's won, part of that, Halep, is just how she's able to problem solve herself. And we saw it then again in the second set from her in the end.
Well, she's able to do what players do, which is try to find a way to win. And in that set, the difference being was that it wasn't so much the statistics of the match, it was just the fact that she was able to step up and be more aggressive and apply more pressure onto her opponent at the crucial time.
It's everything, though, isn't it? I mean, it's sensing moments as well, building what you were saying in that second set. She knows when to step it up, and you've been there so many times.
And she puts disappointment behind her there in that second set. She didn't serve out the match in the first time of asking, but immediately back on it. But she's been able to have the opportunity, I think, to be more aggressive down the line with her backhand towards the end of that second set, and that's been difficult. Brady has not been able to be as offensive with the forehand. There it is. Good movement, but aggressive into the forehand again. Super balance.
Consolidates. Very good start to this final set from the Romanian.
You just feel that this is a must-win game here for Jennifer Brady. Double breakdown against Halep will be tough to come back from, especially after all the good work that she's done so far in this match. Halep's now opening up the lines, starting to feel comfortable with the tempo. Going down the line, just giving Brady less time to set up for her next shot.
Just being able to maintain at that level as well, and Brady did it for so long. It's felt end of the second set. She dropped off and hasn't managed to get it back again in this final set yet. I say rankings don't lie. No, I mean, you are up, she is up against an elite performer here as well.
Oh, she is, and it's the way that she has to play the game to beat Halep. Takes a lot of mental exhaustion, mental energy as well. Just being on every single point.
Yeah, she's got her now, you feel. Halep's turning the screw here.
Yeah, behind the baseline here, hitting this backhand winner. Brady just not even moving.
Three more break points here. Not challenge that, no. Not interested in. Is she going to? No, just wants to speak to Stephen Huss here because this has gotten away from the American. Halep now 2 breaks up, 3 love up, final set.
Hey everybody, it's Brad at Mega, and another one of my favorite spots around the site. I'm talking of course about the Brody patio. Now the patio metamorphosizes.
2 things. One thing, whenever she's hitting a second serve, you find a forehand. If it's that slow, you've got time to stand normal and then run around when you see it, right? Don't worry if she hurts you to your forehand on a second serve, dare her. But you can't stand and hit backhands off that slower second serve. Okay, and then the second thing is, just compete your ass off for the rest of this match. No matter what happens, just go out and try and have a good demeanour. You understand? A good, gritty, determined demeanour, and just compete your ass off for the rest of this match. Can you do those things? Look for a forehand every chance you can. That means second serve. And then compete your ass off. All right? But I want to hear it in your self-talk. I want to see it with your body language, everything. All right? You can pick yourself up here and get going. She thinks she's home now. Let's give her an unbelievable fight here, okay? Can we do that?
Well, Simona Halep now in some control of this second round match. Hasn't always been that way. Often talk, don't we, about these first matches for the top seeds where they get off to a slow start. And there's still clearly work to do here, but Halep looks to have immovable control. It's tough when you play. When you've got to play here, Brady played so well for so long in this match, come in with 3 wins already. It's tough for a top seed, even someone who's just won Wimbledon a few weeks ago, to come in here.
No, it's the toughest match for her. And the expectation, of course, is so high, and Simona Halep, she's got to put all of that away, not even think about that reset, start again. This is the start now of her build-up to the US Open. I'm sure a title which she would love to get hold of.
Oh. Challenge here.
Ooh,
yeah, I think Brady thinks it might have been a misjudgment on her part. It's called out. Halep challenging. Yeah, that's why I think she knew. Looked over her shoulder. Yeah, US Open, of course, the only one of the 4 majors where Halep hasn't reached the final here. Okay, not much on that serve.
And the build-up last year to the US Open was impressive. And yet she went out in the first round there, so that will be in the back of her mind. And that's challenging for her. Exciting prospect.
Oh, well. You can see Brady's trying to give it something again, trying to heed her coach's words and really go after the ball, but she'd like that one again.
Well, she's had Halep on full stretch here, and rarely do you see Halep not being able to make a move for the next ball, but she was completely physically spent in that rally.
It's too much, and Halep another game closer to round 3.
Well, it's no surprise that in set number 3, Simona Halep has not hit one unforced error. It's the mental fortitude of the Wimbledon champion. The experience as well. She just plays these situations so well. And there's been moments in her career where she hasn't. These matches have gone away from her, where the frustration has been too much for her. But over the last couple of years, she's found a way to navigate her way through. I think a big part of that has been that she's been a lot kinder to herself on the court. And she's such a perfectionist, and just throughout her kind of career, she's always wanted to be at that very high level all the time. But I think it's just understanding now that there's times where an opponent, just like Jennifer Brady's done today, she's come onto the court in the first set and a half, and she's just been very, very good. And Halep has kept that emotional control now, and that is such a big difference in her than really even 48 months ago.
That one, lovely shot. I think Brady's wondering how she managed to make the court with it.
Well, she's on full stretch, hitting almost with her left hand, that backhand. It's a shot really to nothing there, but she's got so much balance, her core strength. She's able to execute the shot down the line. Halep's not giving this game away. Still work to be done.
Let yourself.
Brady on the board, final set, but Halep still quite close to home. 4-1 up in the decider. Simona Halep using all her experience to turn this second round match round in her favour. 2 games away now, just 2 games from the round of 16 here at the Rogers Cup once again. Very good record, of course, she's got here. Not just the defending champion, also another title here. Go back, record in this tournament in Canada in general, the Rogers Cup. Go back to 2015 here in Toronto as runner-up that year. The year Belinda Bencic won. Beat Serena Williams, is that one? That's good from Brady. Won in Montreal the following year, the first of her Rogers Cup titles. And then semi-finals 2 years ago, winning again in Montreal last year. Very good record. Still a bit of work to do here, though, and Brady's coming back at her. Well, 2 breaks down.
She certainly is, and roles have reversed here because Halep now is way behind this baseline. She's just taking a little bit of tempo off the ball. Halep playing a little bit too defensively. And Brady sees the opportunity, and I'm just talking off air about the difference between the Halep now in 2019 to maybe 2016, and just in these types of matches actually playing.
Because she's winning titles at that time. Go back to, you know, obviously won Montreal, won this tournament that year, but it's a good point you make. I mean, just the development.
Well, the development, the difference in her, in terms of the game style now, is that whenever she is losing or in a tight, very, very tight situation,
you rarely see her flinch like that. She
well, she doesn't play defensively,
no.
and she had a tendency to do that. That she thought that this match might be, her opponent might really lose the match, but the difference in her now is that in these crucial situations, in matches, in third sets, when they get tight, she stays much more aggressive, and she forces her opponent into errors as opposed to them making just unforced errors.
Brady's done well there. One of the breaks recovered. Look for a recovery here, or a riposte from Halep in this return game now, I think.
Excellent.
That's how she started the match.
Taking it so early, staying up on that baseline, compact swings, doing the damage with that heavy topspin to open up the court. And then that shot, wow, still work to do. But just beautiful racket head speed. Good depth on that return from Halep. It's heavy from Brady, and this is going to get an all
together. A bit more interesting this final set if Brady can close this game out.
Well, Brady's able to get the first strike in, and Halep is just going a little bit too often into the forehand without enough tempo on the ball. And Brady is just lapping that up. Heavy hitting.
Advantage. Brady.
Brady, the one break down, but now just a game adrift of Halep in this decider, having trailed 4-1.
Time.
Just shy of 2 hours out on court. This has been a tough assignment for the defending champion Simona Halep, and still she's not through it yet. 2 games away, a break-up. It's been up 2 breaks in this final set. Now just a single break, 4-3. Up against a resurgent Jennifer Brady here.
Well, Brady just hasn't allowed Halep to dictate play. She's taking time away. She's taking the ball much earlier, but she's moving quickly up to the ball.
Well, it's been hot in mouth time for a moment there.
She makes it look easy, but it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, the ball does fly a bit there. Oh, it's awkward for her, of course. Not the tallest out there.
Panicking there.
Did she have to really do that? Excellent tennis from the American.
Well, she's taking her opportunity here, Jennifer Brady, and big credit to her for that. Recognising Halep's serve there She took the pace off the ball, but Brady still has the presence of mind to be aggressive.
Break back points.
30-40.
Oh, that's some angle. Brady back from 4-1 down in the decider. 2 breaks down, and she's locked level with Halep now, 4 each.
And Stephen Huss did say at Love 3 that Halep thinks that this match is hers now.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, and just to compete as hard as she possibly can, and she's ticked all the boxes. These next few points for Brady, so important. Can she keep the momentum? There's such a big difference whenever you're staring down the court at a former world #1 and Wimbledon champion. Just pulling off those shots normally would be routine.
Would you believe it, this scoreline? It's turning on Halep. The 4th game in a row for Jennifer Brady, and the defending Rogers Cup champion Simona Halep is now going to have to serve to stay in the tournament here. Jennifer Brady is qualifier looking at a second round defeat here at 4-1 down, 2 breaks down. She possibly bring that sort of level that she's brought in the last 4 games to Simona Halep here, the Romanian, the defending Rogers Cup champion, serving to stay in the tournament here. Her first match since winning Wimbledon. And she is under a whole heap of pressure here at the moment.
Well, she's shell-shocked. Just so surprised by herself. And Brady raised her game when the chips were down. Halep maybe took 1% off in terms of tempo. That's all it takes.
And we talk so much about the depth of talent on the WTA right now. In a sense, this match is another case in point. Another case in point. You've got 76 in the world. Yes, has qualified, but playing former world #1. And really, over large parts of this match, you wouldn't know there was such a big rankings gap.
No, you certainly wouldn't. And not just the depth on the WTA Tour, but on US tennis. Halep is playing safe tennis there.
I was about to say, Claire, you're willing her from her point of view, do a little bit more there.
Well, it's a question more of, could Brady have done a little bit more there? And could she have stepped in, just taken it to Halep?
Halep hangs on, 2 points from going out. Levels up now, 5-all final set.
Just 5-4, 30-all. Just Brady. That's her moment right there. Halep just put the ball back in the court. Brady blink.
That's just tremendous, typical defence from Halep. Point she had no right to win.
Well, look at the height that she got on that lob. Brady, so good overhead, just not able to get the snap on the ball.
It's the 4th double. Challenge here. Very good injection of pace from Brady in the first place.
I don't think Brady knows what happened there.
She's concentrating on playing the ball there. Didn't really look at the bounce. Has it caught the line from Halep? Will the point have to be replayed? Yes, it will. The smallest edge. Fraction of the line.
Halep looks disappointed with that call. Such an awkward shot actually to hit, despite being so close to the net. It came from such a vertical height. No pace on the ball. Brady missed it. You can see that Halep is improving her depth in that rally. She's trying to get it back onto the Brady forehand, but with pace.
And that's how she ultimately turned round. Well, she got the early lead in this final set, turned around the second set as well with that tactic. 2 more break points here for the Romanian.
Big time tennis there from Jennifer Brady, taking that forehand on, inside out. And most importantly, finishing the point at the net.
Both break points saved by the American. Who would have thought this would be happening when Halep broke double break 4-1 in this decider, that we'd have this sort of drama? So good to watch. Yeah, it's so clever from Brady. A little squash shot, giving Halep all kinds of issues.
No, not an easy shot to play. Took a lot of talent there. Full stretch, good racket head control.
Oh, fabulous. Again, some of the very best tennis in this match coming in the last few minutes.
And this is what we want to see, isn't it? Both players at the crucial point of the match, just leaving it all on the line. Brady just giving her all here. Not aggressive enough there, Brady. And is she feeling it? She's put it all on the line. So much physicality's gone into this match.
You have to bear in mind for Brady here, 2¼ hours. This has been so physical, but also 4¼ hours in her 3 previous matches, 2 qualies, and the first round with Mladenovic as well. Break point here for Halep. And she's broken there. Has Halep broken her resistance this time? The defending champion to serve for a spot in round 3 here. 6-5 in the decider. Well, it's been quite a match here in Toronto. First match since winning Wimbledon for Simona Halep.
Right back to work.
What a day at the office it's been for Halep. Can she close it out here? 6-5 in the decider.
Oh, that is brilliant.
The thing is, you really wouldn't rule out, Claire, at this stage, Jennifer Brady, this American qualifier, striking back again and taking it to a tiebreaker because she's come back so many times.
Well, you wouldn't rule it out, but she looked in that last game that physically she's struggling. She's got to go for it here. If that is the case, if those legs are starting to feel the cramp, the burn, she does not want to be in long rallies now.
Just a little bit of application coming off Brady. It's understandable. It's such a grueling contest. The way she's, remember, come here from 2 breaks down in the final set, from 4-1 down, when I don't think many people here would have given her much of a hope from there.
What
She's caught the line. Oh, she's coming back again.
She has just got so much racket acceleration, so much firepower in those ground strokes. She's not finished yet.
Such a clever point as well in the circumstances. How clearly is she still thinking?
Yeah, Halep is just stunned here. Okay. Just when Halep has been in the lead, she has not been aggressive enough. Jennifer Brady has lapped that up. She stepped right up.
You're not surprised with what you've seen here. The qualifier, Jennifer Brady, breaks Simona Halep, the defending champion, back, and I think rather fittingly here, it's a tiebreaker to decide it.
The quality of the tennis from Jennifer Brady has been excellent. Her resilience throughout the match. It's been a joy, really, to watch her express herself out here and this game style that she has, this big serve, big forehand. She's enjoyed herself.
The thing is, she may well be feeling fatigued now, but she can tell herself here, just leave it all in on this tiebreaker.
Unlucky. You just, Halep, just throughout the course of the match, when she has been in the lead, she hasn't closed the door. She's taken a little bit of tempo off, and Jennifer Brady has sensed that and stayed aggressive.
Are you surprised by that, all things considered?
I'm surprised she's had the courage to do it consistently throughout the...
From Halep's point of view, because we've seen it a few times.
Yes, I am surprised, and I thought when she was 4-love up, she would be focused on staying aggressive in the game style that she's been playing through the course of this match.
Again, it's another lead wiped out, a mini break. Immediately recovered by Brady. First ace of the match there for Halep. Long time coming.
Just the difference in the court position there. Halep behind the Toronto side. Brady right up on that baseline. And I've been surprised that Brady hasn't hit more unforced errors. She's been so clean with her ground strokes.
Yeah, actually only 5 more over the match than Halep, 38 to 33, and of course she's hit more winners, 30 winners to Halep's 21. Oh dear, Halep loses control of that, and it's Brady now. Edging ahead. And there's Stephen Huss, who's been on consistently and has tried to keep Brady's spirits up even when it looked to be going against her.
Stephen Huss is appearing to look very, very calm. You can bet underneath that cap and behind those glasses, he's playing every single point here with his player.
Well, he said it himself, didn't he? I mean, we watched Halep there. He said, this is your day, your opportunity. Brady here, he's never got a top 10 match win, but I mean, this is she could finish it off. Not just a top 10 match win. This is the defending champion, the Wimbledon champion. She's right in there still with a shot at doing it, at pulling it off.
Did all the right things there, Brady. Just took on that second serve return down the line. Halep on full stretch there, making her play that extra ball. So much guts and determination from the Romanian.
very good, as it's been so many times. The thing is, we've talked about, you know, we naturally from here, we build up these events. Premier 5 level event, you've got the best players, but, you know, any sporting setup, you wait for the drama to unfold. This is a cracking match.
It's cracking in the way that she's just played that point. Again, using her strengths.
You can get all the best players together for various reasons. Doesn't always happen. It's no fault of the players, but here, this is delivered. Still a bit more to come. Is that the key moment for Halep? The mini break.
Halep did well there not to come in off the short ball. Brady invited her with that slice. She stayed aggressive, Halep.
She's given so much, Brady. And she might not get anything in the end here. Halep with 2 match points.
It's not over yet.
Are you surprised?
Not at all. The resilience of the American.
This is the sort of drama the women's game, the WTA, provides. So good to watch. Halep with a 2nd match point. Simona Halep survives a real scare here in Toronto. First match back since winning Wimbledon. First match of her Rogers Cup title defence. An amazing effort from the qualifier Jennifer Brady. She was a handful of points away from knocking Halep out, but we know what the Romanians got, and she showed it here. She survives to round 3.
Well, she had to dig so deep in that performance, and you can see just what that means to her. And she had to find a way to win, not often on her own terms, but such was the quality of the tennis that came from the qualifier, Jennifer Brady. So aggressive throughout, big weapons, and resilient. That was a real privilege to watch.
Yeah, sure it will go down as one of the contest, the matches of the week here. And Halep, of course, getting all that generous, amazing support we're going to hear from her. Just a really gutsy effort. First match back since winning at the All England Club. Coming up against a qualifier. Really difficult test, which you think will serve her in good stead as she looks to win this Rogers Cup title once again. Of course, trying to be the 5th woman to win it 3 or more times. Long way from that, but she survived the first match, and really survival is the right word. She's got through by the skin of her teeth there.
She has, and just listen to the applause and the appreciation for Jennifer Brady's performance today, and she should take a lot of positives from that and look forward to the rest of the hard court season. But for Simona Halep, getting through that match, there's work to be done, but maybe exactly what she was looking for in that. And it was Brady who was more aggressive throughout the match, came up with a few more unforced errors, as you would expect, but just the difference from Halep's perspective was on the very, very big point. She stayed more aggressive actually towards the end of that match, and she was able to just find a way to win. We've seen her do that often enough.
Wimbledon just last month. You went home to Romania. You took a couple weeks off. You said you didn't pick up a racket. So how did it feel being on the court today in your first singles match?
Well, I felt today that I didn't play for 2 weeks when I went home. So it was really tough to come back to play an official match. My body is sore, but you know, I just needed a break because it was very emotional during the Wimbledon tournament. So I just wanted to rest, and now I'm trying to come back and to touch my highest level.
And finally, the crowd. You always get a lot of support here in Toronto from the Romanians. I'm sure you heard them throughout the match. How much did they help today?
Yeah, they are helping me a lot every time I play because they support me very, very much. So thank you everyone for coming, and I'm waiting for your next match as well. Thank you.
On to the third round, the defending Rogers Cup champ and Wimbledon champ, Simona Halep.
Yeah, acknowledging the tremendous support that she gets wherever she goes on the WTA, Halep, and maybe it had a part to play in getting her through because there really wasn't anything in that by the end. 2 hours, 25 minutes. Simona Halep, the defending Rogers Cup champion, survives to round 3. She'll play the winner of a match taking place later on this evening on the grandstand between Donna Vekic and the wildcard Svetlana Kuznetsova. You can see already in this section of the draw, Marie Buzkova knocking out the former US Open champion Sloane Stephens last night, the qualifier to play Yelena Ostapenko or Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, who are on court at the moment. That's all in this section of the draw here at the Rogers Cup. But Halep, she's through.